Second round of the playoffs, also known as the final stage of the Climax Series. In the Central League, we have first seed Hanshin Tigers against second seed Hiroshima Carp. It's a 1-4 series where first seed Tigers start with a 1-0 series lead and play all their games at home. The head-to-head record between the two teams does not bode well for the Carp at all, with a 15-9 record to the Tigers, 6 games above 500. The head-to-head record gets even worse at Tigers' home stadium, the Koshien, with a 9-2 record. Carp batting average at Koshien was .208 with only 2 home runs, by far the worst performing stadium for Carp batters. On the other hand, Hanshin hit .255 with 7 homers. Hanshin Tigers pitchers averaged a 1.86 ERA in the Koshien, while Carp averaged a 4.01 ERA. It's no surprise that Carp were on a 7-game losing streak at Koshien during the regular season. Looking at these stats, it's clear that Carp has zero shot to make it out of this series. Carp manager Arai himself has said that if they play normally, they are bound to lose. As the pioneers of small ball in Japan, Arai has stated that he will use whatever cheap and petty tactics to win, as he displayed in the first round of the playoffs, pulling off suicide squeezes and stealing third base. With an atrocious head-to-head record, it's surprising that some of Carp's main guys have actually performed quite well against the Tigers. Noma hit .365, Nishikawa hit .368 at the Koshien, Kozono hit .273 while hitting .500 when runners are in scoring position. But it is also hard to be optimistic when your veterans like Kikuchi are hitting .203, Akiyama is hitting .192, and Matt Davidson is hitting .149. The situation looks even more dire when looking at the starting pitchers throughout the series. In Game 1, we have Murakami, who led the league in ERA. He has a 2-1 record against Carp with a 2.53 ERA. While Curry had a decent performance against the Tigers with a 2.61 ERA, but he didn't win a single game in 5 starts, so Carp really need to win this first game, otherwise they start the series with a 2-0 deficit. Game 2, starting pitcher is Osera Daichi. A seasoned veteran and a savant for the club, he didn't perform that well this year with a 6-1 record. I think that his downfall was quite exaggerated because he didn't get a lot of run support, but the same can't be said for his head-to-head against the Tigers. With a 7.50 ERA in 3 starts, this does not bode well, especially when Hanshin's pitcher, Ito Masashi, has a 2-0 record with a 1.17 ERA. In Game 3, Carp's starting pitcher is Ace Tokoda. He was 3rd in the league in ERA, and he put up decent numbers against the Tigers, nothing too special. 2 wins, 2 losses, and 5 starts with a 3.1 ERA. However, this is going to be a very tough matchup because Otake, the Hanshin pitcher, had a 0.57 ERA against Carp with 6 wins in 7 games, so yeah, this is looking like a guaranteed L as well. Especially because Tokoda has looked very shaky to end off the season, and even in Game 1 against the Baystars, I felt like his command was a little bit all over the shop. Game 4, we have youngin Saiki starting for the Tigers. He won his only start against the Carp and gave up 0 runs. He's against Morishita, who's one of Carp's aces as well, but he put up very bad numbers against the Tigers this year, so this is not looking too promising as well. Carp have 4 solidified starters, and so we don't even know who's pitching Game 5. So it might be Mori, who hasn't even pitched this season, so yeah, it's quite hard to be optimistic about this game as well. On the other side, we have Nishiyuki, who's a seasoned veteran as well, and he's been pitching very well since August. If the series even ends up getting to Game 6, Hanshin Tigers will have Aoyagi starting, and that is actually quite promising for Carp because although Aoyagi is a seasoned veteran, he hasn't been performing well this year. So if Carp make it all the way to Game 6, that's a good sign and anything can happen in this game. The saving grace for Carp fans is that the Tigers haven't made the Japan series since 2014. And since Hanshin fans threw the statue of KFC founder Colonel Sanders into the Dotonbori River after celebrating their 1985 championship, the Hanshin Tigers haven't won since. Can Carp pull off an upset? Let us know in the comments.